I got the stream back up, but I don't know if anyone knows yet. That sucks so bad, that fact that it happened twice. The fact that that's the second time that happened. I don't even know what else to put on. Where did you die, Queen's Garden? You could thank Kiki for that. At the same room, no, it was right here. Actually, right here, sorry. This room right here is where I died. Because I panicked dealing with the mantises leading up to it. And I could not remember where the stag was. I have this backup save at the very least, and it will go by faster because we won't have to read as much. But even still. I already did all these, killed all these, so I'm just gonna remove them from the thing. I just have to kill whatever else again. How much did you lose? 3 hours of progress at most, but we did a lot. Like, we started making our way through the rest of Queen's Garden. I need to think about what else we did. We covered a large portion of, Kingdom's Edge. And we're doing some sequence break adjacent things. Was considering... We gave, the Pale Flower to, Oro as well. We showed it to, Eterno or whatever her name is. We need to go back up here and open this up, so I'm going to do that now. I unironically seriously blame Kiki for that. I'm be honest. I think I would have been able to clutch it if I did not read that comment he made about, two-mask loser. And that got in my head so bad. It's like it put the notion of how close I was to death more than I already had it in my head. So I panicked and dropped down, watch End of AO movie. What did they... I got to two masks in one of the Mantis rooms, and Kiki commented 2 masks loser. And that got in my head for some reason. And then I started thinking about all the progress I made, and how I was about to lose it, and I panicked and I dropped down thinking that it was going to be a screen transition, and I fell right into one of the overgrown husks, and then it fired one of its projectiles, and it was just slow enough to where it killed me. So yeah, that is now Kiki's legacy. For as long as Kiki appears in the stream, I'm going to bring that up for now on, for now until forever. But at least now we won't have to worry as much about you know, wading through dialogue and stuff. The unfortunate part is, I'm fairly certain this save was done before I got a handful of journal entries, as well as left on Grim. These guys don't count. I will come back for these guys, I said that, when I get the rest of the flames. I think all the City of Tyr, that guy will come back for as well. Once we go back, yeah, all these guys I have to do all over again. It's 4 more of those, 6 more of those, and then 4 more of each of these that I have to do all over again. You just gotta quit when you're in danger. Yeah, at this point. Did I not take off my combat charms? Because that seemed like an oddly large, Well, I can't even say that, because instinctually, whenever I drop down to 1 mask, I just quit out. But because of how much of a freak accident that was, how I just so happened to land directly on top of, one of the, what's it called? The overgrown husks. It threw me off so bad. Hello, rest in peace. Look, it's the ender of the last run. Point and laugh at him, chat, for setting us back even longer. If I wasn't sure if I'd had time to do everything before, I definitely don't now. You're so mean, I'm leaving. Well, how about you not end my runs next time by doing psychological warfare on me? That'd be much appreciated. I'm just gonna warp back. Wish you good luck, see you later. Yeah, see you later, Faraday. God, that set me back so far. Well, it didn't, but still... All that stuff I did is now gone. And I don't even know where... How many eggs do I have on me? I gotta sell them now. Just so I have... Before I forget. Oh, you do turn your head. How many more of those do I have? 4 more. One more. I just realized how in silence I've been. I've literally not said a word. The fact that that happened twice. Yeah, I was not set that far back in progress, but still. Like, that genuinely messed my head up, in all honesty. You know, and I was avoiding this because this is what killed my run last time. I was trying to go as long as I could without going back there, even though I knew I would have to at a certain point. I think everyone left the stream, understandably so. Like, I doubt they would have wanted to sit there for like 4 hours watching me do everything I already did again. And now I have to go all the way back and start filling out the map again for... I guess I have to start killing you guys too. I try to get some, just hope that people trickle back in later. But that really soured my mood. don't even know if I got all... I probably haven't. I still need all those enemies, and then... There's still Fluke Marm and, what's it called I have to get? God. That puts such a bad taste in a literal freak accident. Just because I misremembered where a screen transition was. It's not even like it was a... I can't even say it was a skill issue. Because... what were the chances I land right on top of it? And then it immediately fires a spike perfectly in trajectory in a fashion to where I could not feasibly dodge it. I didn't have soul either to heal, so I couldn't have Abyss Shrieked it. Or not Abyss Shrieked it, whatever it's called, Descending Dark. There was nothing I could have done, and I hate that. All that progress lost because I got... Are you serious? I have no wind in my sails anymore. Great. None whatsoever. Can you fly up, please, man? I'm on a time crunch. Silksong, you bastard. God, that put me in such a horrific mode. Lovely. I don't even know how people watching the VOD are going to... if anyone will just keep watching the VOD. If at all. Because if I know my mood soured so much, it's probably hard to watch. I'm surprised that didn't hit me. Right. Oh, that time you get knocked back into the path. Alright, right. God. It's probably unwatchable. Because how sour I am. I don't have the patience. Either you die or you stop wasting my time. Now, I guess all I can do is just try and complete this as fast as I can. I'm surprised I dodged that. stop wasting my time. I already have way too little of it as is. And that's not even factoring in if Team Cherry will announce anything like a 2-day pre-order window for Silksong, which I doubt. Then I'd have an extra dilemma of, like, when I play it. I forgot to talk to Tiso while Kiki was here. Too much happened. Oh my god. I'm going to fucking lose it. Are you serious? I just have to hope all the trials and tribulation will be worth it. I just have to hope. I don't think I'm going to have the I do not think I am going to have the time for that second playthrough anymore. That was... Please, 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 after that loss, I do not have the patience, just... Yeah, if I had the time before, I doubt I have it anymore now. I have to hit this whispering route all over again. That was the one I missed. Fools. Are you serious? I'm about to say. Anything down here? No. God, that put me in such a god-awful mood. If anyone's watching right now, I do not know how. The fact that I have to do all this again. And I would have been worse off if I did not have the foresight to make that backup save this morning. I even told myself around that time, I think I have a bad feeling. Can you please wall jump the way I tell you to? There we go. Now I just need to figure out what all to do. What's left alive in here. How many more things I have to kill. Okay, definitely my first time being there because that dropped. I know for a fact I've been over here. Alright, I think I got everything on this side. What's up? Jesus. Great. Now I have to climb all the way back up, as if time wasn't wasted enough as is. What's in here? I missed one there. Tower of Love. Of course. At least this is open now. I guess I forgot to do that. It's a good thing. Impressive. Where to go? I could try again to go up there, but... I guess I do have a faster, more reliable route now. Alright, you nuisance, come on. I need you over here, please. No, over there. Really? Jesus. You know, fuck it. I'll come back when I have Monarch Wings. I have no idea how badly the frustration's coming through my voice. I have no clue. I have no idea how just unwelcoming or uninviting I sound. There was another place I needed to put. Need to go all the way back up and around to unlock the Coliseum. I should have unlocked it while I was there. Because I'm not climbing all the way up through that shit again. Lovely. Get the... Lord have mercy. I'm sorry. About to say you played the wrong one. Oh, I forgot this. Good thing I came back. Yeah. Okay, I would have forgotten that for my whole entire playthrough. Maybe it was a good thing that that happened. At least that's a positive. Out of the many negatives of me having to do all this again. Wow. I think I pogoed the explosion there, actually. Get out of the way. I'm gonna kill Pale Lurker again. Almost talked to him, that would have been bad. Of course. Wow, that was a first. I glitched under the acid. Where is it? Where the hell did it go? You are still alive. About to say. Yeah, I'm no longer playing. I should not have to do this to begin with. But here we are because of a literal freak accident. I do not give enough of a shit. That's done. I'm not doing the Coliseum of Fools right now. I do not have the patience, and I'm nowhere near as equipped as I would like to be. I just need to think about where to go from here because I need to go down. I could just drop down all the way from there. That would allow me to try again on going all the way back up. Get out of the way. I have not the patience. I have not the patience. And of course, the first thing I see upon exiting the room is a primal aspid. Literally cannot predict their shots, even if you wanted to. As much as I do not want to, I think I'm going to have to go out of my way to kill some things just for the soul. That should be enough for 2 heals, so I gotta try the skip again. Yep. Jesus. I need you at a specific height. Please work with me. Ow. Can you, brother, for even like 2 seconds, I just need... You have one more chance. Actually, I'm just gonna leave the room and reset it. Of course. Why? What? My lord. Least annoying primal aspid. Now I have to do this just to make sure I do not die again. Only to lose a mask anyway. Humorous. Greatly humorous. I need... What are you... Lord. I need you in a spot I can actually work with, please. Are you... Is this not beautiful? Absolutely wondrous. The only good part of this technically is it's, in theory, a geofarm. Actually, I have Dream Will there. I can Dream Nail this thing. There. 5 heals. No, again. Beautiful. Please. I think I need you on that side. I cannot... Beautiful. try. I think I can do it from that side, though. Beautiful. There we go! And I fucked it up again. Starting to remember why I have a kind of distaste to... I really should just get Monarch Wings, but I do not want to. I've made it so far without them. And I've done so much without them, I can get to them easy too, I'm just not. Whatever. I need the height. I need the height, unironically. Where's the... there it is. I'm just gonna suck to have to go all the way back without that traversal assist. Get out of the way. Get! Again, Primal Aspid, lovely. That almost hit me and I'm sick to my stomach. I'm only even doing this now preemptively just so I have the soul. Here we go again. Come on. I can make it. Really? Really funny. I made it again, that's all that matters. Lord. Are you serious? Fine. Because I'm not having two of you after me. But I do at least need one of you. There's three, because of course. One. No, only one of you. I'm not having... Get a life. All that for that. Something I already read. At least it's on the map properly now. Now I just need to think about what to do from here. I went up. It's just down and over. Honestly, I'm just going to go from this side. I'm gonna fall all the way down. Not unless I hit a Primal Espid on the way down, because of course. I'm not having that. Hilarious. Oh my lord. Jesus. I'm not going through there. Well, well, well. Prince Noctis, Yakuza 2. I so called cop on those last few titles you did. In terms of how it's going for me, honestly, it could be better. I just lost a large amount of progress. And you could probably hear it, I'm very sour about it at the very least. Especially considering the circumstances of how I lost the it wasn't even a skill issue. Realistically, there was nothing I could have done because of the circumstances. So now I'm just working back all that progress I lost. Thankfully, since I do not have to do like as much annoying side stuff, quote side stuff, as I was doing before, it is going to be a lot more manageable to do, and it will not be as annoying unless it. Wow, it actually hit the way it was supposed to. Yeah, I'm gonna try and perk up, because I know if someone just, like, tunes into the stream and hears me, like, just speaking in the most sour, soulless, dead, just not very pleasant to listen to tone, it'll definitely just make it harder for people to watch the stream. And I do not want my anger and disappointment to ruin the experience for the viewers. Of course you lived, because you're an Aspid. My eye hurts though, I don't know why. Technically, I've barely been streaming 4 hours. So it's not even, it's like I've been holding my eyes too long, that's definitely not it. Jesus. Okay. Oh, I can make that. Yep. That's mine. I do not remember what's up here. I think... Hell, that's what. Never mind. Okay. If I handle areas like that with the same level of precision and speed and tact, I think my mood will improve drastically very soon. Just having people in chat again after that disaster also would help. Nothing there. Another aspid, because I love your kind. Long thought extinct, huh? At least that was the last one I needed. I'll just have to look through all the missing journal entries I still need to get. 7 more of those. I'll get those once they die in that one part. Need to do the Durandus again. Because, of course. 4 more of those. 4 more of those. 4 more of those and 2 more of those. 4 more of those. I get those on the way back to, waterways when I go back for God Tuner. I'll kill the Devouts I need and Hera's Den. 9 more of those, 1 more of those is in Coliseum of Fools. I'll do these guys once I go back to the Hive for the Grim Flame. I'll do those once I go back to Queen's Garden. Alright, so I have a better idea of what all I'm dealing with. I guess I could try one more time. Wish you could pogo their projectiles. Jesus. I'm not trying again. I take it back. Especially since I now know where this is and where everything leads. I actually don't remember where Markov... I don't care where Markov is. Can't believe I just said that. Not like I can even access him anyway. What's down there? Oh, I'm still in the upper part. Yeah, he's over here. I thought I was on the lower part already. Yep, we cannot go there. Not yet. Still have a little bit of food left. I should probably eat that. What am I doing? I turned around. Yeah, I've definitely been down here. Why does it always push them out of the way? Man, I started to think Howling Wraiths just suck. No wonder they give you Abyss Shriek and they increase its size the way they do. I would read this, but it's almost as if I already have.
Bam. Finnen.
Alright.
Bam. Finnen.
Yeah. I probably should just kill everything here. I don't even know what charms I have. Tolerable. Enough. Thank you, Lord Jesus. Alright, there's two divergent paths. One leads to a secret and the other is Oh my... Well, that's a full... soul charge wasted. That one is underneath me, I believe. Nothing there. Beautiful. And it came back for more. Because the aspids are needlessly aggressive. I do unironically hope that there's nothing like the primal aspids in, Silksong. I hope to God there isn't. And you lived a descending dark, because of course you did. Lord. At this rate, I'm going to die again just because how tilted I am. Well, I'm getting hit by things I have no business getting hit by. Of course there was another one of you. I have no idea if I should be happy. Where? I killed everything in here, you're not telling me otherwise. I don't have enough soul. We're gonna farm some, hoppers here to get soul, not just to heal me, but also just to... have enough to go explore the last bit of that. There's actually no way. My God. I do not remember Kingdom's Edge being this horrible to deal with. Good enough. I'll heal later. Who the f... God. There's another one. Two, actually. Anyone else? $420 geo, the largest geo rock in the entire game. Only one of its kind. I'm not bench warping. In fact, I just realized I have to go the long way around just to avoid respawning those enemies properly. It's already been an hour. That disgusts me. Please, just let me through. Thank you. Actually, I think I have to go all the way back around for that one. Which sucks, but it is what it is. I forgot Team Cherry's troll trap was there. Pain. Yeah, that's what I want to inflict upon you. Of course it misses. At least that one hit twice, instead of pushing them out of the way. Wow, it's the only way to stop them from not getting pushed out the way is by literally putting them against the wall. Beautiful. Look, a charm I had already picked up, but I have to pick up again. A part of me wants to do this off stream, just to save time, and to have the VOD watchers avoid the pain. In fact, I might delete this VOD, in all honesty. Yeah, I think I'll just delete this VOD. It serves no grander purpose other than me, at the very least, edit it down massively. I don't even know where I'm going. For some ungodly reason, Cornifer's still there. Of course. I should grind these guys, like, now. Die, please. I do not have the patience. I have to go up to resting grounds. Now I just need to go all the way down and across. And God forbid I dream gate. God forbid. Just need you dead and out of the way. Matter of fact, I'll kill you too just because I can. Just because I'm tired of hearing you guys every time I have to come through here. This better be first try. If I have to do this any more number of times than once, fucking peace and quiet in that area. Feel so drained. So drained and soulless because of everything that just transpired. And all these jackasses are gonna be back. Well, that was someone's journal entry, I'm not sure whose. Still have to kill 2 more hoppers because of course I do. 8 more of those. Where are they? Alright, 2 more of you guys, and then I need 3 more of those and 4 more of those. Where am I even going? Fly all the way down here. Ah, man. Do I... I'll do it. I'll do it just so I can say I did it. I just have to be very careful. It's not like we wouldn't be on the same floor. Just have to jump over everything. Everything else is for I do not plan on getting hit, so everything else is for soul. I already killed you.
Pantera.
Pantera.
Oh. Oh. Sharafen. Oh. Sharafen.
Eternal Imalitia? Imalitia. Man. Yeah, that is a horrible name to try and pronounce. Get the hell out of my way. Oh my god. Now I have to climb all the way. Whatever, I'm Dreamgate. I cleared the path, I did the thing. Just need to go all the way down to City of Tears. Then to Kingdom's Edge. Then move about my life. Just try to clear that path to Queen's Garden as best I can. Be as careful as I can going through that area when I get there. If I hear any living thing in this room, I'm going to fucking lose it. I'm deleting the VOD. I'm deleting this VOD. It serves no purpose. Ooh, that was a weird feeling. God, my shoulder. No, I just need to be overtly careful with the hoppers again, even though I really shouldn't have to because I did this before. But here we are. Are there hoppers? No. There we go. Flower delivered. Yes. Wrong button. Take this flower. Gehual neto. Oh, I should have. Where will the bench take me? All the way back to Coliseum of Fools. Well, no. You do care. As my pupil is lawful, I'll allow you to rest and shelter, but do not stay longer than you need. I think I glitched his animation. Okay, that's done. There's only 3 places left to take the Pale Flower, and that's, White Lady, the Grave, and then, Godseeker. Outside of literally one area. Where do I have to go now? I'm not getting Monarch Wings, not yet. I could go into Fog Canyon now. Can't fight Crystal Guardian. I need to go through here and pick up that Vessel Shard, honestly. I could do Coliseum of Fools, but I now know I'm in a position because I need to also visit Grubfather. Do I have the Pale Ore? No, I don't. I need to go back to Dirtmouth, talk to Grubfather, get that Pale Ore. Then I need to fight Nosk and do... I don't even know. At a certain point I'm going to have to fight, or going to have to go back down on the waterways to get God Tuner. Up, I guess. Only real direction we can go from, well, no, there's hoppers in, what's it called? The Coliseum of Fools, so I can get that while I'm there. Probably won't have to come back. Well, I will have to come back here anyway because, what's it called? Kingsbrand. Nice. But one thing I have to do while I'm here, I'm going to bench. That fills out this side of the map for Kingdom's Edge. There's all that left. I need to put a red one there for Markov. Really? That is not the right floor. Rava. Die. Just die, please. I do not have the patience. I guess I can just go in and out of this room. Bench. Don't have to go through the... whatever. 1, 2... Because even if I did do it, it would just save actual half seconds and stuff. I don't care that much. Oh, wait, it's not you guys I need the cowardly ones. Okay, I have those, 4 more of those. Those are done. 1 more of those, so I just go outside is what you're saying. That's not right. That is still incorrect. Alright, those guys are done. I now need to go back into City of Tears. Where did... Hold up. I just processed that. Where does that room lead? Damn it. Did I ever go into that room? Oh, wait, I think, yeah, that's where, you kill Glorious, not Glorious, Gorgeous Husk, I think. Just to be sure. Oh, no. Apparently I missed that. Glad I came back. Alright, that's another grub then, to add to the very large pile already. Now, there's a door above me that is still locked. I'm not going to use that key until I get another one. I can, in theory, go all the way up a certain part of this area. Actually, I have long nail now, I can definitely do it, I should. And, of course, that should have been it. Okay. Let us try this again. There we go. Now everything in here is unexplored and new and all that stuff. Well, unexplored in quotation. There's a bench in this area. Beneath me is... Your small, poor, kill you. Wow. Want my Geo? Okay, that sucks. Yep. Was not going to care about that. I hope I find some- there's one. 3 more of those. Alright, I feel like I'm making progress now, because I'm not doing the same thing I've been doing. I'm one of the best benches in the entire game. Definitely visually. Oh my god. Matter of fact, I'm just going to go in and out of this room and kill this guy in specific. Where is he? I don't need long nail anymore, I don't think. So I'm gonna take it off and put back on Dashmaster because moving this slow is painful. Thank God. 18,000 Geo. Hilarious. You're the last one. I am sorry, what? Oh my... because someone thought it was a good idea to put one of those things in a confined space with no ceiling. Or with a ceiling, sorry. Normally you'd meet Zote here, but I think I missed out on the opportunity. I probably have to free him one more time before I know for sure. But now we can get in here without having to do that skip again. We're going to work our way from the right because there's a grub over there that we have to get. Never mind, I thought that we were at that part of the tower, not yet. 1, 2, 3. You know, up there is Lorien and by extension Watcher Knights, but I'm not going to fight them until I get the Pure Nail, which I am well within my means to get. Now I just need to do this. God damn it. There we go. Alright, now we go to the other side and continue on from there. Would you imagine that? Actual progress. I no longer feel... Actually, just being in here makes me feel so much better about everything. Unironically. I just feel so much less stressed. That's one watcher down. This one. Alright, 2 watchers. We have 3 more. Two more watchers left. Oh, 3, sorry. I thought it was 6 of them, wasn't there? That's the maximum number? Are you telling me there were 7 of these suckers? Well, you're the last one, so it doesn't matter anymore. I'm going to heal, or start working on healing just in case. There we go, Watcher Knights. Discarded shells of a Watcher Knight, reanimated by a swarm of infected flies. When these silent warriors fall in battle, the bodies split open, and strange bugs come flying out. I wonder what will come flying out of me when I die. Will my hopes and fears drift away into the darkness? Probably not. Alright. I hope that did not trigger infected crossroads. Hollowness seal as if we need it. So, I'm just going to visit this place to put it on the map. Master, too tired. But I'm not going to... Hello, Faraday. In order to put myself in a better headspace, I actually just fought and beat Watcher Knights. And I'm just visiting Lorien. I'm not going to dream nail him. Cool, interactable. I wonder if there'll be stuff, because this is a Castlevania reference, for those unaware. In Castlevania, there's multiple... I do remember at least one specific point where you look through a telescope and it's puzzle-related. Watch the end of Evangelion movie and you feel extremely confused about life as of now. Just like... always great. Yeah, End of Ava, I'd say it's one of my favorite movies of all time for a fact. Just one, and not just movies, but just pieces of media of all time, because I cannot think of Master so long. A film, I'll watch over you, Master Light Calls. I cannot think of a film that left me that perplexed and confused and just had me think, like genuinely sit down and think about. This is a unique NPC, by the way. It has unique dialogue, and it also, once you kill it, that's the only time he spawns. But I love that movie so much, and every time I've watched it since, which has only been twice so far, once in Japanese, which was my first viewing, and then once in English, which was the second viewing. And ironically, I really could not tell you what it is about that movie that I love so much. That's the funny thing, that just, that's the rest of the appeal of it to me. That's another way of saying it. But yeah, I'm not going to, free Lurian just yet. Or free, in quotations. Since I've been thinking a lot about that stuff that Ava covers, considering I didn't... Look at that. No simple key there, unfortunately. At least I got back the journal entries I no longer had. Of course. Like, the show was okay. I actually really loved the show. I thought it was one of the better pieces of media show-wise I've seen. I have to think about where I'd rank it, but I still really enjoyed my time with Evangelion. Alright, we got all that stuff cleared out. I might just go, sell the rest of the stuff I have left over to, Love it too, don't get me wrong. Where am I going? Yeah, just in case. Oh, something died. Velmi Artrid.
Gachael, Liasoki.
Quite incredible, yeah.
Velmi Artrid. Opal. Velmi Artrid. Velmi Artrid. Velmi
I think all these will be new though, because I have not sold that many King's Idols. A King's Idol? I've often wondered the true vestige of the kings. The deceptions are often gleaming figures with, I suspect, there's much embellishment in the image. I already read this. Appeared to a common bug. But there's a lot of, there's a lot to digest, and as I mentioned, I've been thinking about similar psychological things about life, similar to the topics in Ava, anyways. It was worth the watch, yeah. I'd say the same. A King's Idol. With as many of these as you've delivered, the other relic seekers are like to think I've gone mad for the king. Pah! Who am I kidding? They'll only be jealous of my collection. Find more. Okay, we have one more egg to sell to Jin as well. Did I read this? Signature nail art of Nailmaster Oro. Slash ahead quickly after dashing forward. Yep. So we have 21,000 Geo. I should probably upgrade one of these charms. Well, the hospital scene really threw me over. Only heard about it and never knew any context consisting the scene. And disappointing Shinji. Yeah, I think that's the point of it. A lot of people wonder why he did that, but I think it's to show just how, like, pathetic Shinji could be. And how a lot of people, I think up until that point, did not really... I'll go as far as say that's how you hammer home that point. Of just how pathetic Shinji can be. As a character at times, and just how weak-minded and easy he is to just, I guess, fold under certain kinds of pressure. But my interpretation, like, of that scene is it literally is the most direct way of showing the audience just how low Shinji can sink in a moral degree. And also to show how, despite what Shinji himself might say, he and his father are very similar in a lot of ways in terms of just how pathetic they can be. They are just 14 to 15 years old. Even still, you can be a somewhat, like, pathetic or weak-minded person at that age. I know someone who fits that description. The series is really messed up, yeah. And just the stuff that happens to a lot of the other characters as well. Yeah, the parallels between them shows itself. Like, both... I guess that's one of my favorite parts about Evangelion. Both Shinji and Gendo absolutely refuse to acknowledge the fact that they are indeed father and son. That they are more alike in ways that both of them just absolutely refuse to acknowledge. Both of them would rather stick their head in the ground and run from each other than actually acknowledge it. So I think, for Shinji, that scene in specific was to show just how, very similarly to Gendo, how low he can sink in a moral degree. And just how quickly he can do it. That's why Shinji has a line, at least in the original dub, or not dub, in the original Japanese version and translation, Shinji goes, "I'm so fucked up," because even he realizes, like, what did I just do? We can go defeat Collector. If we can get the grub map, we can find where the love key is. Yeah, I have to go back to Queen's Garden for that. I'm just trying to think of where else I need to go. I guess I can go pick up Glowing Moon, but I'm paranoid about that. Because that's where my last, death was, or the death prior to this was, I should say. I have to go back through here. All the way back through here, so we're going to... So first, we're stopping at a green path. Misoro. Man. I meant to, this was supposed to be originally the first thing I did, but, you know, go hits like a truck, not a, yeah. And that's another reason why I went to Forgotten Crossroads, sorry. That's another reason why I like it so much, is because it hits like a truck. It's so unapologetic about how direct it is. And that's because that's the point, is I think it was obviously meant to be a very clear and direct, physical, if you will, representation of, what Gendo, or not Gendo, sorry, what Ano, the guy who made Eva, what his mental state was when he made it. Because, Ano said that in a lot of ways Shinji was just, basically, not a self-insert, but, he said that, he related heavily to Shinji. And a lot of the stuff that he went through, he used Shinji as, this is not the right place. Sorry. He used Shinji as, like, a blueprint to show. And, help work, through a lot of the stuff he was, going through at the time. And, the reason why he did the Rebuild films is because, he had... In, I guess, his later years in life, he realized, I never fully closed the book on that chapter in my life. So he used the Rebuild films in order to, go back to that portion of his life and rebuild, or I guess, not rebuild, but, relive and finally, put an end to that specific chapter in his life. That's why, in a lot of the interviews you see Ano do after that, after he did the Rebuild films, like the final Rebuild film was in 2022, I believe, or it might have been 2020, I don't remember. He said, I do not feel the need to go back and, you know, see Shinji and Rei and Asuka and all them, because he told the story he wanted to tell. He finally closed the book on that chapter in his life. And I can understand, like, there's genuine criticism that's had about the Rebuild films. I have some of myself, but at the same time, I have a hard time truly faulting them or calling them bad pieces of media, considering what I know for a fact they're meant to represent. Yeah, the writer related the awful parts of Shinji from himself, yeah. I also noticed this pattern as I watched through Evangelion. Some of the self-inserting or representation of psychology and emotions. Yeah, specifically like those more, I guess, what some could consider like weird episodes, where Shinji was literally like having his mind torn apart by that one angel. I didn't watch them yet. Should I? How many movies should I watch? I'd recommend watching all the Eva films. At the very least, you said you watched the original show and End of Eva, right? If I recall correctly. Alright, then there's 4 Rebuild films. It's numbered 1 through 4. The final one is Thrice Upon a Time. Just finished them. Oh, you watched all of them already? Not anything else. Then I think there's only 2 remaining Eva films I can think of, but both of them are kind of recap films, if I recall. Like, I know for a fact one is called like Death Times 2X or something like that. No, only Eva anime and oh, sorry. Then yeah, I would recommend watching the Rebuild films for Evangelion. All of them can be watched on Amazon Prime, I believe, for free for the most part, or at the very least. Do not quote me on that. I do not know if you like need to have like a more purchased account. If you if you need to have a more purchased account, but or a subscription. Why did I say it like that? But if I recall correctly, the not end of Eva films, the Rebuild films for Evangelion should just be free on there. All 4 of them. Like I said, I do have criticisms of the film, but I do think they are genuinely worth people's time and should be watched. It's 1:34 a.m. for me. Sorry for miswording. No, it's fine. We all have those moments. But yeah, I'd recommend watching the Rebuild films. I enjoyed them. I do still have criticisms with them, but generally I think they're very good movies. And once again, it is. And another reason why Anno did it, I think, is because if you look at the original Evangelion End of Eva, that was not an ending. There's only 1 fragment left. Yeah. I'm trying to remember where it is. Where is that last fragment, actually? Go do the skip and get... Oh, yeah. It's in, the last stag station in the Howling Cliffs. I don't think I can, though, because I upgraded my nail too much. And I'll have Monarch Wings. And I think I need Monarch Wings for that skip. I think from here we, take that off, because I'm starting to think there is nothing in there. Need wings, so yeah, I cannot do that skip just yet. I'm gonna put this marker here instead, because I forgot. Can't do anything else in Kingdom's Edge, really. Can't do anything at Crossroads, so we get 800 essence, then 200 and 400. My brother in Christ, how long can you stall and try to read every single line in the game before Infected Crossroads? I'm trying to stall Infected Crossroads for as long as I can, because I want to make the flower quest as easy as possible. Then I'll worry about Infected Crossroads. In other words, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. So we're going to Queen's Garden again. I probably shouldn't, but I will. The only other thing I can do is, oh, I know what I can do right now. Where is Grimchild? Get the first flame for Grum. Or Brum. Distant Village. While I'm at it, let me also look at, where the other 2 flames are. I guess I can go from, King Station and get this one. And then I can, tram across and get this. But I have to be mega careful with this one, because that can kill me very quickly. Giving a flower to Godseeker is easier from the daughter's grave than the flower grave. Does Elderbrook still have the flower? Yes, he still does. But I'm trying to get the flower over all the way to Queen's Garden before Infected Crossroads, just to make it as easy as possible. Because I'm not dealing with Infected Crossroads and doing that quest at the same time. Go finish the grave first, then Godseeker. Yeah, I'll do. That's the plan for Godseeker. I just have to spam through this dialogue because we already got it. Then you can infect the crossroads. Baba Ungala. Oh, one thing we have to do at a certain point is talk to Midwife a bunch. That's something we have to do at a certain point. As a matter of fact, I'll do that right now, actually. It's gonna suck to travel there, but I forgot to do that. Are you still hesitant about whether banishing or fighting Nightmare? Yeah, I still am, honestly. I'm not sure which I should do for this playthrough. It returns. I do apologize before, no matter, my appetite gets better with me. I already read this one. Our brood, princess, I've eaten yes full. Alright, we're just going to go back and forth in this room, until we get the full line of dialogue. Or, I guess all the lines of dialogue that we can. Yeah, I'm in a much better mood now. Because I'm starting to realize I did not lose that much progress. And also just, we've made a lot more progress as well. My dear, aren't you so kind checking again on my well-being? I'm ever the caring host. I can't understand why more don't visit I can't understand why more don't visit in your manor. Now, you won't mind while I take just a bite? Just a leg, perhaps? A full belly is the best path to happiness. Unknown, can you give me tips on how to perform the Vengeful Spirit skip to get to Hornet? If I'm not mistaken, isn't there a Vengefly in the room to perform the skip as well? Yes, if you travel not that far down, like, I think it's literally on the platform you're on, from where you see Hornet, if you go down a level, there's a, Spurt Fly there that, you can lure there and then pogo off of to get where you need to go. Is it worth doing that to get the dash immediately in my Stilsa run? If you're trying to go for beating the game in 20 hours, yeah, probably. Clearing a green path would be easier with dash either way. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, I'd recommend, just doing that, Spurt Fly, skip. If you cannot do a Fireball skip, because I've never done Fireball skip, I'll be honest. I've gotten close a few times, but I have not practiced it at all, so I could not give advice on it. The skip I always used was the Spurt Fly one. My dear, oh. Alright, that's all the dialogue from her. Let's get out of Deepness, because fuck this place. We got the thing from Grum. We're gonna go back to Green Path, and then we're going to go to Queen Station, turn around. Actually, where is the part I'm thinking of? Yeah, okay, I remember. I can go from here as well, and also just from there, and travel through. No, it's faster to go through Queen Station. Is it worth to save on 300 Geo on stalling to get Fragile Charm or Wait, what? Is it worth to save on 300? Save up 300 geo. On stalling, I guess you mean Stalwart Shell and Fragile Charms, and equip Defender's Crest to get a discount for Leg Eater. I forgot that was a mechanic. Honestly, when I have to buy almost anything, it has to do it in 20 hours. It makes me stressed. Fragile Charms. Honestly, for the Fragile Charms, no. Save up 300 on... When you say stalling, I am assuming you mean Stalwart Shell to increase the iframes. But for the Fragile Charms, I recommend buying Fragile Heart, at the very least, to increase your survivability. I'm talking about if you don't buy the charms and wait for later, equip Defender's Crest, Leg Eater makes a total 300 geo discount. But getting Defender's Crest is behind Dung Defender. You said you're right here, right? Because the place you do the skip is right here. So you go all the way here, you get dash, you rush back out, assuming you go straight down through Queen Station, all the way around into Mantis Village, jump back up, go straight to City of Tears. I'm actually not sure why you would do that, because you can't do much in City of Tears at that point. I don't think. Well, if you keep the simple key, then you go... If you're fast, shockingly enough, and also if you're careful, if you have the confidence to go through Mantis Lords, you don't have to go through that much of City of Tears. You just go straight through here, drop down, then you hit here, and that's where you get Royal Waterways. It's not even that far of a trek to Dung Defender. Get Defender's Crest. From there you can jump back up around all the way up to... Actually, which way, what would the fastest path back to Leg Eater be? No, I'm just gonna I just gotta get all the Fragile Charms. It's not worth it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I can see a route, definitely, for that. But at that point, I'll question is, do you have the confidence to do all that and go that long without those 2 extra masks from Fragile Heart? And Strength as well. Because those really do help during Steel Soul. I can't miss out on them. Yeah, I just recommend buying them now. Even though I see a route for it. I'm like, that sounds like something I'd do if I was going for that achievement, but console does not have that achievement, so I do not have to worry about it. I'm just gonna defeat defeat Kalo a few times in the long run to stack up on Geo. Yeah, that's smart. Queen Station's where we need to go. Well, I caught up in like half the time it took me to do all that in this stream, in this the last stream. I caught up almost exactly back to where I was. I was going to delete the VOD. I might just edit down the first half of it in YouTube Studio Editor later. But also I'm going to skip 4 mass shards since completing the flower quest is a pain in the butt. So I can avoid 3 others. One being bought from Sly for 15,000 geo. So I can save the money. Yeah, that's smart. So yeah, I see what you're not only just trying to do this as fast as possible, you're routing your geo to figure out what you absolutely need to buy and what you can avoid buying. That's really smart. Where am I on the map? It's funny, you really did not have to see where you're going. You can just pull up the bigger map and get straight there anyway. While I'm at it, let me just... Jesus. I can make it. There we go. As of now, I completed all I could in Crossroads in 30 minutes and reset at the reset at the green path, but still I'm absent. I'm absent of an actual route. I'm just gonna try my best to check all the percentage in my list as far as possible. You said, have you gotten Dash yet? Because if not, I can tell you a way to get like at minimum a 2%. After you get Dash, you can jump back out, go over here to get Boulder Shell. And a way you can cheese that fight is just standing next to one of the boulders. And then waiting for it to spit out the, what's it called, the little boulders that you need. Kill one and then just go to the other side, repeat, and then you get Boulder Shell that way. No, I left the game after I defeated the boulder in the entrance of the group. Oh, you're asking for a route right now. Okay. So you're not on a time crunch. Alright, so you're right here. You go straight across, you use the squib to do that skip. You go straight through here, immediately pick up a cloak for an extra % because it's quick to get, and also you can kill Vengefly King on the way there as well. If you go up and all the way around, kill Vengefly King, that's a percentage, I believe, right? At the very least, I think he's a unironic required boss for the Hall of Gods. Or not Hall of Gods, Pantheon. Pick up, dash, run out here, quickly get Boulder Shell. From there, you, for sake of speed, you can just go straight down through Fog Canyon, go through Queen Station, go through here, you get a Charm Notch here, that's a percentage. Then you hit up Leg Eater, you buy all his charms, at least all the ones you can. At the very least, Fragile Heart and Strength. Then you drop down here. From there, would you want to go to City of Tears or fight Mantis Lords? Because if you fight Mantis Lords, that's another percentage with Mark of Pride. Vengefly King isn't a %, and I've gotten oh, I got a Neglect Zolt for the achievement, never mind about that then. Even if Vengefly King was a %, I could beat it in Coliseum 1, that's fair. Alright, I forgot about that. Actually, do you have City Crest? I just thought about what I said. Because if you don't have City Crest, then the only other place you would go at that point is unironically Deep Nest. But I'm guessing you have City Crest, right? You probably would have defeated a false champion. After clearing out Green Path through Fungal Wastes, I was gonna defeat Mantis Lords, get Mark of Pride to City of Tears. So you do have City Crest. So you jump all the way back up. I got City Crest for fall. Yeah, all right. You can't jump up through there, so that means you go straight across, down, into here. Probably trigger the cutscene with Hornet, just so that way that stuff's on the map. Then you'd have to start working your way all the way up into Soul Sanctum and clearing that area up to get, Desolate Dive. And then from there, you probably rush back through here, hit up City Storeroom, go back to Forgotten Crossroads. Then that's when you do Crystal Peaks. The most direct route from there, you go down, you can go across. No, I think you go down straight up and straight to the right, and then you get Crystal Dash. Let me be honest, Queen's Garden, Fog Canyon, Deep Nest, and Hive is the last 4 areas I visited in the game after I stacked up almost everything I could, because I will continue. because I have hella because I was hella scared of deepness, and my friend told me Fog Canyon was late game area, so I avoided it. Fog Canyon is not late game, I would say. There's only Fog Canyon is just annoying to get through in the Steel Run. I'm also going to avoid Hive completely in the Steel Run. Yeah, that's why I neglected to mention anything with because a lot of the completion stuff with Kingdom's Edge is up here, and then around here, straight down all the way here into to get King's. Oh wait, which ending are you going for? Because you won't have to do that if you're just going for like the fastest ending. Then you would go to Crystal Piece, get Crystal Dash. Where would you go from there? Then you probably stag straight back, take the fastest route down in the Royal Waterways, fight Dung Defender, go down here, dash across, get Isma's. Oh no, you wouldn't have to do it. You could drop down from here, go straight down, pick up Monarch Wings, jump up here, Hidden Stag, go all the way. King's Brand gives a percent. Okay, so that's why I'm getting it. So the last part of your route that I was talking about was getting Crystal Dash. At least that would be the fastest part. Actually, then from there, instead of just warping straight back to the only ending achievement I'm missing is defeating Hollow Knight normally. Without Void Heart. Okay. So you pick this up. You start traveling your way down, jumping straight down here to pick up Dream Nail. Then from there, stag back to City Storeroom. You have that key. I'm guessing the ending you're going for is the one you just mentioned. I'm also going to skip White Palace and Trader Lure, so avoiding Queen's Garden entirely. Alright, yeah. So we don't have to worry about that. I still gotta get 800 essence for any percent. So one thing you can do after you wake up in Resting Grounds is fight obviously get the Whispering Root and then fight Zero. From there, what's another very easy and quick from 7 Warriors and 700 for Lost Kin and okay, so yeah, you wouldn't have to get the Dream Roots. I'm gonna skip Roots. So you're fighting False Knight and Lost Kin, and then the rest of the Dream Warriors. So obviously, you would have Zero on the list. Probably from there, right? You just go straight back to the Stag as soon as you can. Probably bench warp. I'd recommend stagging to Dirtmouth. By that point, you would have Manus Claw. You can go back up into what's it called? Back up into Howling Cliffs. Dream Warriors give percent, so I would have to skip them anyway, or don't give they're annoying. Possibly in my run, yeah. 1,100 from 7 Warriors. And 700 from Lost Kin and Failed Champion. Warriors also give percent. And I would have skipped them elsewhere. They're annoying. They could have my run. Won't be heading to Basin without Dream Nail. Okay, so obviously that's on the docket. I guess for now I'm gonna try to get you so I will fight Lost Kin immediately. You're getting all the movement items first, not even Ishma's on the list, now I'm looking at it. So after getting Crystal Heart, you go straight down into Resting Grounds, get Dream Nail, and backtrack to the Crossroads to get Vessel Fragments, Glowing Room, and Fail Champion. I'm also gonna get Ishmus, okay. So after you get Dream Nail, you said you were going straight back to the Crossroads to get what? Vessel Fragments, Glowing Room, and Failed Champion. This area where Glowing Room is, it can get rough, even if you're over-prepared. If you are going to go back to Crossroads, like immediately... No, I will backtrack to Crossroads after... Okay, alright, that's a lot safer. So Stag where? Because Monarch Wings is needed. Where is the fast... You said Ishma's too, so that means the fastest Stag station that you would have available right now at that point would be Storeroom. You drop down, all the way down, go through War Waterways, through here, fight Dung Defender, drop down here, no, sorry, go around, all the way around here, you pick up Ishma's, you go back, drop down here, also fight in Rage Guardian, so I gotta backtrack as well. Yeah, after you get Ishma's, you go straight back through here, fight Lost Kin, you get Monarch Wings, you can jump back through, get Distant Stag. That's gonna be a long way. Or, no, sorry. And save Berta instead. Well, thankfully, Berta's on the way to Mantis Lord, so as you're working your way down, you can just bank... Well, you have to bank left. Drop down instead of taking this... right, sorry. Yeah, and you could do that earlier on in the run. So you won't have to worry about backtracking to Crystal Peaks. But from there, City Storeroom, you go through Royal Waterways, fight Dung Defender, backtrack to Enrage for a Mass Shard after Monarch Wings is not worth it, yeah. After you defeat Dung Defender, and you hit the lever, unironically, you would just turn straight back around, go through here, into here, make it across, go down into Ancient Basin, go all the way over here, fight a Lost Kin, travel back, or warp back, get into Palace Grounds, Distant Stag, Actually, if you want to get to Kingdom's Edge faster, you wouldn't do that. Well, if you... No, you said you're avoiding Deepness, so you wouldn't have the Tram Pass, never mind. 3 out of 12 Mass Shards as of now. I also gotta save one simple key to unlock God Home after I beat Fluke Marm and Fluke Nest. Simple key. You said you're going to Coliseum to grind Geo, so that means you can just go behind the Coliseum of Fools, kill Pale Lurker once you get to that part. Get the simple key from there. Then you would go back into the junk pit area and pick up God Tuner. To be honest, since I gotta be very fast for the speedrun, I might have to face my fears and head into Deep Nest. That might be a plausible route. If you were to do Deep Nest as early as possible... I was hella over-prepared for Deep Nest. Thinking about it, when I was on my casual run, and you would have to go back for the Dreamers anyway. But with the route you have right now, going straight across, skipping that, picking Balder Shell up, dropping all the way back down, going through here, dropping down Fog Canyon, Queen's Station. Do you recommend heading into Deep Nest immediately after Lords? If you're confident and if you know what you're doing, I would. But here's the thing, even so, you're on a Steel Soul run, and Deep Nest can go suck a bag of dicks sometimes, so... Or should I get Dream Nail so I can free Hera immediately? That's what I recommend. As many times as you can limit your visits to Deep Nest as possible, I would recommend it. I know shit about Deep Nest, so yeah. What I would recommend you do after you fight Mantis Lords and you save Bretta first, fight Mantis Lords and you go up into City of Tears, drop down through here, do Soul Sanctum, get Desolate Dive, go all the way back out, pick up Storeroom, City Storeroom, travel to Forgotten Crossroads, take this route all the way to this entrance for Crystal Peaks, drop down, travel through here, go straight up, straight left once you hit this side of the room. Pick up Crystal Heart, go all the way back, drop down, then you go through this side, drop down into Resting Grounds, you get Dream Nail. From there, you would stag back to, I still gotta train and practice for God Home occasionally to be prepared for bosses. I'm also thinking how much Geo you would have at that point of the run, and if you would have Lumafly Lantern, because if you don't have Lumafly Lantern, you're going to have to make a trip back to Dirtmouth, probably after... At that point, I actually think you would have enough Geo for Lumafly Lantern. If you kill enough things and if you get enough Geo Rocks, if you save up enough and you avoid buying certain things, then you would be able to go back to Dirtmouth, get Lumafly Lantern. Then from there goes Queen Station, and if you were feeling really brave and if you think you had enough with you at the time, you can go into Deep Nest and get Hera immediately. I have to buy Lumafly both for Stone Sanctuary and Deep Nest. Then I recommend the first place you go after that actually is Royal Waterways. After you do all that, after you get Dream Nail, the first place I recommend you go is Royal Waterways. Get Defender's Crest for the percentage. Hit the pipe, drop down, get Isma's Tear. Go back, drop down into Ancient Basin, fight Lost Kin. You'll have the Dream Nail at that point. And a spell. 2 spells, actually. How many checks are there in Deep Nest? I know Pale Ore, Hera, Trampas. There's Weaver Song. And if I remember where that is on the map, it's somewhere in this room. Because you jump up from here, Nosk is over on this side. If you go all the way up and around... No, actually, if we're talking about a fast route to get all of what you just mentioned... Bro, I also need Crystal Heart. Yeah, that's what I said. After the route I gave you is so right now you're here. You do the skip with the I gotta go sit Crystal Peaks before City of Tears. Yeah, so you do the skip in this room. You go straight across. You fight Hornet. Get Mothwing Cloak. You dash back and forth, or after Dream Note. You then exit back out this room just to very quickly get, the only thing, well, actually, you might not have to do that, I just thought about that. Never mind. From there, you can go straight down into Fog Canyon, past it, Queen Station, go all the way around, go through here, save Bretta, you also get Dash Master, go back through, to Mantis Village, fight Mantis Lords, jump through, get Mark of Pride, then you go all the way back up. God, I'm trying to remember. You go all the way up. Through here, through here, through here, Soul Sanctum. Actually, I'm not sure. Hold on. You said I gotta go Crystal Peaks before City of Tears. I also need Crystal Heart. I'm not sure if that's possible. If you're trying to do it fast, then you would want to go to City of Tears first to get Desolate Dive to then hit the City Storeroom Stag, go back to Forgotten Crossroads Stag, go through here, then you get Crystal Heart, drop down through here, and you pick up... Should I do Peaks before City of Tears or Dreamnail? No. Or after Dreamnail. Well... Just to confirm, you said this is Steel Soul, right? And you're just going for 100%? Buffering. In 20 hours, Steel Soul. My stream started buffering, so I will not be surprised if it drops and stuff. Crystal Guardians can be skipped. Yeah, if you're trying to do it with the route you have, you're projected to go in, and you already have... I noticed it, don't worry, yeah. So if I suddenly drop, I'm sorry, obviously I'll be back I have to be back tomorrow. So that way we can set up for, you know, finishing the run. 5. You would go through, where you're projected, because you're going to do this skip, get dash, drop down through here, all the way through, Fog Canyon. Then you're in, Queen Station. From there, you fight these guys, get that charm notch, which is a percentage. Drop down, drop down, drop down, drop down, right, drop down, Bretta. Through Mantis Village, fight Mantis Swords. Obviously, you're going back up to get Mark of Pride. Then you just jump up as far as you can. All the way back until you hit here. You enter City of Tears, drop down. From there, actually... Something you can do really quickly is get the first nail upgrade just so you can do more damage, and it actually saves you time on having to, you know, kill enemies faster. You won't have to worry about just, you know, hammering your way through. Will the route get easier in the early game or harder, considering when I have almost every upgrade and now gotta backtrack everywhere to pick up leftover? It'll get easier. It'll get easier. In games like a lot of Metroidvanias, the hardest part of the speedrun is the start of it. But if you know where you're going and you know what to pick up and you know how to optimize certain things, it gets easier and easier and easier. I haven't made a route for Vessel Fragments or Pale Ores. Pale Ores. Shit. I would have to make like as circular as a pass as I could for you. After you get the nail upgrade, you go down. You I obviously trigger the cuts. Well, I guess you can skip that actually. I gotta get all 6 of them, and 9 vessel fragments. Okay. So you go up. You do Soul Sanctum. You get Desolate. You then rush back through here, City Storeroom, go all the way back to Forgotten Crossroads. You break through here, jump through here, all the way through here. And this shit ton of Geo. Yeah, but you can do that once we get the Coliseum, but we just have to get you the stuff first. Another percentage you can do while you're going up after, if you wanted to, I have to pay 300 for one chunk of fragment. 3,000, sorry. One thing you can do as a possible... No, I don't know if that's worth it. Never mind. You pick up Crystal Heart, you drop down. I don't remember... How much percent... Do grubs count as percentage? I don't remember. I just noticed. What? Grubs don't count. I just need 31 for pale ore. Okay. So you said you missed one grub, right? Which one did you say it was? Well, that doesn't matter, actually. You can actually get that once you backtrack to Forgotten Crossroads properly and start collecting all this stuff. I think... I gotta remember. There's a grub in, this area. Just notice I have to backtrack to peaks when I get Monarch Wings to get to the Peak of Hollow Nest. Yeah. Nah, don't worry. I also got, 5th grub on Crossroads. Okay. There's 4. After you get Crystal Dash, you go all the way back down through here, down. Get Dream Nail, stag back to City Storeroom. By that point, God, would you have? But I forgot to get the Mash Shard from Grubfather. Okay. I don't remember where you pick up a simple key. Well, I know a few places you can, but I'm not... It's 900 geo for the simple key. I will visit later. Because you need a simple key to get in the Royal Waterways to begin with. I can buy one from Sly, yeah. It's just routing the geo. So, at a certain point, I think you... and one for Pale Lurker, yeah, so that one's for Godhome. Then, I think you also have to factor in making pit stops at certain locations to pick up stuff like Wanderer's Journals and stuff, and King's Idols and the City Crests. 2 is enough for both Royal Waterways and Godhomes. For what I would need a 3rd key for, yeah. I'm not as concerned about. I'm concerned about the geo, because if you're speed blitzing it, I don't think you would be able to, unless you stopped at Geo Rocks. You go straight across. There is a Wanderer's Journal right here. Yeah, getting the artifacts to sell for Geo and getting all the grubs, probably. That's concerning. Well, if you get all the grubs, then you sell certain artifacts, and that means you can go back to Grubfather at certain points to get a surplus of Geo. Oh, routing for this game is harder than I imagine. Well, actually, it's money might not be as tight as it, because you have Jin. So if you pick up rancid eggs and stuff, so unironically, if you buy the rancid egg from Sly, then you could go back to Jin almost immediately, sell it to Jin, and that's like 300 Geo. So you get a surplus. It's 60 Geo in exchange for 300. 340 something if I recall correctly for the first one. But then I need oh yeah, never mind. Damn. So forget that. Where's the 3rd key? Pale Lurker. Pale Lurker, Sly, and I have 3. Where did I get the second one? Then I will stall on killing Flute Marm and getting the Godhome. In terms of speed, I can give you a route. It's just at a certain point, whenever you see, if you know where an artifact is along the way, and you pick up an artifact, until I get a 3rd key. No, I don't think you'll need to do that, because I don't think the speedrunners do. Actually, I know for a fact they don't. I just forgot you needed a 3rd key to get into Jin's room. Like, Artifacts I know you'll get along the way, like once you go through here and jump through here, you can quickly dip into this room. Do a pogo skip, because at that point you'll have a Mantis Claw and dash. You can dash to the right wall and then jump off of it, and then you get... This is truly the Hollow Knight of all time, yes. You can get King's Auto, which is 800 GL, then you can run through, get Crystal Dash. I kind of know where some of the artifacts are, but the problem is most of them are locked behind